This presentation is written and spoken by Ashley Gibbons, Jackie Johnson, Georgia Shute, and Ruby Tiedemann. Table 1, Workshop 2 to 4 p.m. Thursdays. This presentation is based on the case study, The IT Industry, from ping pong tables to nap rooms, from the textbook, Management, the 5th Asia Pacific edition. Case study analysis. Step 1. Identify background facts. Step 2. Problems and issues. Step 3. Identify 3 key issues. Step 4. Provide 3 theory analysis. Step 5. Provide 3 objectives to overcome issues. Step 6. Provide 3 short, medium, long-term SMART action plans. Information technology was introduced to companies to redesign their business and innovation processes. It is argued that the quality of work produced from those in the IT industry reflects the quality of a work-life balance. The quality of work-life balance is an example of how individuals' job design and stress correlate with job satisfaction and retaining employees. The case study, The IT Industry, from ping pong tables to nap rooms, analyses how and why human resource management is so important in the IT industry. It outlines control within human resource management and why the IT industry holds such a high reputation for being the best organisations to work for and how it maintains a healthy work-life balance. Google, Juniper Networks, eWeb Marketing, NetApp Australia and Atlassian were lead in the top 50 places to work in Australia. 20 out of the 50 best organisations to work for were IT companies. Although only 2% of Australia's workforce are employed in an IT-related role, the IT industry has developed a reputation for being work-life balanced, motivating, rewarding, and attracting and keeping the best employees. eWeb Marketing reward their staff with go-karting tournaments and games nights. They also have a ping pong table in their office as well as a karaoke machine to ensure employees stay motivated. eWeb Marketing also offers 200 hours of training per year to every employee. Juniper Networks offers the option of telecommunication to their employees, which allows staff to work from home with additional superannuation. Atlassian offers their employees the option to utilise 5 days per year to participate in any voluntary work of their choice. Atlassian awards a $10,000 referral bonus to any employee who attracts someone to work at the organisation. Google and Atlassian both encourage employees to use 20% of their time to work on projects of their own choosing. And lastly, NetApp Australia offered their staff 20 weeks paid maternity leave and an additional $4,000 health insurance contribution for each employee. Human resource management is important in maximising performance efficiency. The benefits of a company practicing motivation and rewards is that it keeps their staff happy and in turn encourages employees to efficiently perform at a high standard and makes them enjoy their job. Well-practiced control and human resource management therefore allows companies to be able to offer these fun and rewarding benefits. Step 2. Broad issues and problems. From the textbook Management, Chapter 7, Information and Decision Making. Chapter 2, Historical Foundations of Management. Chapter 8, Planning. Chapter 9, Strategic Management. Chapter 10, Organising. Chapter 12, Human Resource Management. Chapter 13, Leading. Chapter 15, Motivation and Rewards. Chapter 16, Individuals, Job Design and Stress. Chapter 18, Leading and Managing Change. Chapter 11, Controlling.
Step 3 is Key Issues. Chapter 11, Controlling. Chapter 12, Human Resource Management. And Chapter 15, Motivation and Rewards. Controlling is one of the managerial functions which include planning, organising, leading and controlling.
It is an important management process that measures performance and allows managers to take action by correcting or improving to ensure planned outcomes are achieved. Not only will measures ensure that plans and performance targets are met, they also determine if performance is consistent. Each component in an organisation's control system should contribute to maintaining high levels of performance and ensuring that organisational objectives are achieved. All organisations require some form of control to ensure that their planning objectives are met. There are three major types of managerial controls. These include feed-forward, concurrent, and feedback controls. Feed-forward, also known as preventative controls, are carried out before an activity begins to ensure that objectives are clear, direction is provided, and that the right resources are available to accomplish them. Concurrent controls focus on what happens during a work activity to ensure it is going according to plan and allow corrective action to be taken before a task is completed. Feedback controls take place when work is completed and look at what was done well to improve in the future. Each control offers significant opportunities for actions to be taken that strengthen organisational productivity and improve performance. The organisations in the case study rely on people to exercise self-control over their own behaviour. They seek to employ motivated individuals who exercise self-discipline in fulfilling job expectations. This strategy is known as internal control. This means that managers do not take action to control the behaviour of others through personal supervision and formal administrative systems. Internal control is only successful when employees are motivated to take charge of their own behaviour on the job and are given the chance to do so. An internal control strategy also requires a high degree of trust from management, as when people are expected to work on their own and exercise self-control, they must meet performance expectations. Internal control is achieved when capable people who practice self-control have a clear understanding of the organisation's mission, know their performance objectives, and have the necessary resources to undertake their jobs. This is important for the employees of most IT companies as they often work unsupervised or remotely. Corporate culture can also impact the degree of control as it is enhanced with a participative organisational culture where people are expected to treat each other with respect and consideration and are allowed to exercise personal initiative and are given sufficient opportunities to experience satisfaction through job performance. This is clearly evident in the organisations outlined in the case study, as they include employees in decision making and staff involve themselves in as much as possible so they feel like it is their business as well. In modern management, controlling is a forecasting action, whereas earlier concepts were only used when issues were detected. Internal control allows workers to work remotely. Some workers may prefer to work remotely in a job, and changes in technology allow workers to do this. Many IT companies encourage employees to carry out their work where they are most productive. The downfall to this is that it can then become difficult for management to keep track of employees' work. It is management's responsibility to ensure projects are well planned and completed according to plan. Two useful techniques for tracking the progress of employees is to use a Gantt chart or CPM or PERT. A Gantt chart graphically displays the scheduling of required tasks, which allows progress checks to be made. Projects planning using a combination of the critical path method and the program evaluation technique also uses a chart to break a project into activities with clear beginning and end points to indicate the order which things should be completed. These techniques help managers to track and control work and ensure things happen in the right sequence and time frame. The managerial function of controlling can also be affected by Theory Y. Douglas McGregor's Theory Y recognises the willingness of people to exercise self-control in their work. It carries a positive view of human nature and assumes individuals are mostly productive, creative, and able to assume responsibility and exercise self-control in their jobs if given the opportunity in order to achieve the organisation's goals. This is the structure that the IT organisations adopt. Therefore, a manager is more likely to act as a coach rather than a judge, focusing on how performance can be improved in the future rather than who was responsible for past performance.
Chapter 12, Human Resource Management. Human Resource Management, or HRM, is the hiring and developing of employees so they become a valuable asset to a business or organisation. Human Resource Management Processes. It is essential for IT companies to have well-established HRM processes to be able to recruit, select, develop and retain the very best employees who suit this kind of work, as having great people is the key to creating and maintaining a competitive advantage in the IT sector. Realistic job previews. With the IT industry growing as it is and being such a diverse working environment, we believe that employers are to carefully outline the job description when searching for future employees. This will narrow down to not only the most desirable, but also the most suitable candidates. Diversity in the workplace. We hear lots about the IT industry, such as Google having things like nap rooms, game rooms, and many more diverse working conditions. But what are the hidden costs to employees for these privileges? For example, if you for one may be a mobile worker on the road a lot, this may not work if you are anchored down to one place because of family or other circumstances. This may lead to a high staff turnover rate because people may only stay with the business short term. In addition to the IT industry being a diverse workplace, lots of these companies are on international levels and need to have a high concern for cultural, religious, and political views among employees. Performance management systems. Our third point in HRM is performance management systems. Performance management systems are to set standards, assess results, progress of employees, and to plan to improve future performance. This is important to all businesses within the IT industry as it gives motivation to employees to improve and also shows employees whereabouts their performance is, where it should be, and how to get there. Mary Parker Follett's theory on management, how making every employee feel as though they are a part of a community or they are also an owner of the business, motivates employees to strive for better results at work and work ethic also. Relevant theories, human resource management. There are two main relevant theories in human resource management. One is Frederick W. Taylor's theory that every job has a science. The other is Mary Parker Follett's theory that businesses should be seen as communities and employees should feel as though they're an owner of the business. Both of the theories can be applied to the IT industry. First off, Taylor's theory relates closely to the IT industry in ways that the IT industry is broken down to be able to do your work virtually anywhere and also broken down to the simplest way possible. By employees being able to work on the move from home, at an office, or even at the gym, it makes getting a job done a lot easier. The second theory is Mary Parker Follett's theory. In many IT industries across the world, the employees are made to feel as though work is fun and a part of a community, not just a workplace. This helps motivate the employee to completing the tasks they are given to their full capabilities.
While exploring the IT companies in this case, it's important to examine how they motivate their employees and the rewards that they benefit from. In order for IT companies to remain competitive, they need the best and brightest employees they can find in an ever-advancing industry. To recruit and keep employees, companies have a list of perks and benefits that one wouldn't necessarily find in a different industry. The companies within the case study include nap rooms, video games, ping pong tables, and that's just within the workplace. Many employees also receive major benefits such as terrific health insurance coverage, paid leave for volunteering, the option to work from home, paid time to work on your own projects, and along with high-paying salaries. There are also ways that organizations aim to attract certain employees and motivational theories that they may use in order to keep those employees, which we will be examining. One aspect to consider is the age group that the IT industry attracts and hires. Generation Y, born between 1982 and 2000, and Generation X, born between 1965 and 1981, have differing values compared to the baby boomers generation, born between 1945 and 1964. It's been found that Generation X and Generation Y employees tend to have leisure as their top value. This includes having a strong work-life balance, having informality and flexibility within the workplace. The IT industry is a great example of having these available within their companies by offering casual dress, the option to work from home,
and additional time for leave and telecommunication. The organizations offer these rewards because they want to attract this generation. It has been shown that the baby boomers generation value job security and a stable working environment, which is not common practice in many IT industry organizations. Meanwhile, the Generation Y is comfortable with change, and the baby boomers also respect authority, and Generation Y values having input into decisions and actions made by the organization, which is a key part of many IT industry companies. There are certain motivational theories that are more relevant than others when considering the workplace. Two of the content theories that are particularly relevant include the ERG theory and Herzberg's two-factor theory. In the ERG theory, Alderfer basically redefined Maslow's hierarchy of needs by recategorizing Maslow's pyramid into three broader categories. These include existence needs, relatedness needs, and growth needs. The existence needs are the basic material necessities which include an individual's physiological and physical safety needs. Relatedness needs are an individual's aspiration for maintaining interpersonal relationships and getting public fame or recognition. Growth needs include the need for self-development and personal growth and advancement. Growth needs are a major part of the IT industry's success. It's been shown that organizations no longer provide training just to meet the minimum job requirements, but instead continue training for the employee to reach their full potential. Alderfer also states that the significance between the three classes of needs may vary depending on each individual. The differentiating significance is the key aspect that makes the ERG theory so relevant for the workplace, because employees tend to change values depending on their age and time spent with the company. In Herzberg's two-factor theory, he places 5 factors into categories that satisfy employees or dissatisfy employees. The job satisfaction factors relate to the job itself. These factors include achievement, recognition, work itself, responsibility, and advancement. The job dissatisfaction or hygiene factors relate to the work setting. These include company policy and administration, supervision, salary, interpersonal relationships, and working conditions. To improve motivation, Herzberg advises that managers should focus on improving job satisfaction factors before hygiene factors, because improving the satisfier factors increases job satisfaction, and improving the hygiene factors decreases job dissatisfaction. The IT industry also does a good job on focusing on the job satisfaction factors by giving their employees a sense of achievement, more responsibility, path for advancement, and work itself by giving them paid time to work on their own projects. Of the process theories of motivation, one in particular seems to be suitable to the IT industry, and that is the goal-setting theory. This theory states that task goals can be highly motivating if they are attainable and well managed. Participation and goal feedback are also important factors on making the most impact for the individuals who set the goal. I think this is a consistent thing in the IT industry because many organizations focus on improving employees' skills in order to reach self-efficacy, and in order to do that, they need constructive feedback on their work.
Step 5. Objectives. Chapter 11. Controlling. Ensure internal control objectives are set and relate to timely feedback on the achievement of operational and strategic goals by directing resources to monitoring and measuring and reviewing performance and processes. Chapter 14. Human Resource Management. It is crucial that IT companies maintain a HRM process to recruit, select, develop, and maintain the very best employees. Chapter 15. Motivation and Rewards. Improve individual employee behaviours, increase productivity and work quality, improve work relationships, and attract and retain employees.
The action plan for controlling is outlined below. The task for short term is clarification of short and long term goals and objectives. For medium term, evaluate performance and implement changes where necessary. And long term task is ongoing evaluation of individual and team performance. The Human Resource Management Action Plan is in the table. Task for short term, ensure to outline performance expectations to all new staff. Medium term, create a quality and satisfying workplace. And long term, conduct continuous on-the-job training, and maintain motivation among staff.
This action plan is a possible outline for companies to consider in order to help or improve motivation around the workplace. It is a broad example but can be changed according to each company's needs. This is particularly true when considering the deadline and the size of the company. Short-term action would be develop short and long-term goals. This should be the management's responsibility and will require time and labor costs. Depending on the size of the company, this should only take around 2 months. The medium-term plan would be the completion of the short-term goals. This is the responsibility of the management to oversee that the goals are accomplished, but is also the responsibility of all the employees to ensure they're doing their part in order to attain these goals. This will require time and labor as well and should take around 8 months depending on the size of the goals. In the long run, we want to maintain a motivating environment within the organization. This is the responsibility of all staff and will require labor costs. The time to complete this goal should be around 2 years.